Hello, welcome to this Facebook Live. It is January 23rd, 2020. My name is Megan Homan, and I am a voice and channel for the great whales and dolphins. And today they wanted to do this beautiful wisdom transmission and water blessing. So go grab a glass of water if you haven't already. And if you don't have one, don't worry. We'll use our body temples as the vessel to bless the waters of life. And just a little about me. I was called about 5 or 6 years ago. I was sort of at a crossroads in my life. And I said, what's the most exciting thing my soul could do that's within my realm, within my reach? And going to swim with humpback whales in the Silver Bank came onto my screen, and I just had a huge, giant heart yes. And I signed up for that, and I was a person who had a lot of, I was not comfortable in the water. I had a few experiences when I was younger where I almost drowned, and I just, when the ocean was like a huge, I was always very weary of the ocean and sharks and just a lot of fears. And I went on that trip, and I just slowly worked through them all. And the whales and dolphins, their majesty, their presence. I mean, there was times where I was so scared to get in the water, and I got in, and there's these giant waves, and I could barely swim, but the whales, like something happened, and when they look you in the eye, and it's my life just forever altered, and great synchronicities began to happen like quite rapidly upon my return. And I also had to work through, a lot of fears and get comfortable in the water and embrace sort of the eternal ocean within myself. And it's been a journey. It's been a huge journey, but the ocean and the underwater world and the whales and dolphins, every time I am with them, it's like, first of all, I'm continually with them. Like they're in my life all the time now. I can easily say that for over a year and a half, almost every single day, whether it's been energetically or physically, they're in swimming through my field and my life and just guiding me. There's wisdom transmissions. Inviting me to live in my heart and to access higher and higher frequencies. And every single time they call me deeper. They call me more expansively into myself. And we kind of pick up like as far as like some of the live transmissions with them where we left off the last time. And it's like, oh, just come down here and play the leaf game with me. See if you can dive down and hold your breath a little longer. Here, let's show you this. And what happens if I come right in and look you close in the eye, and what's happening in your body, what's going on? And they just fine tune me into greater and greater levels of frequency and vibration and energies and being present and living in my heart. And they are I acknowledge them as the awakened ones on our planet, and they hold the higher frequencies of heart for our planet. They live peace, they live joy, they live presence, they live in transparency in the pod, and invite us into those levels of living embodiment of our heart frequencies, living in our hearts and expressing those frequencies from the heart. So that's just a little about how I became a voice and channel for the whales and dolphins, and how they continue to inspire and uplift and enlighten me and invite me into greater levels of understanding myself. Like I said, if you're just tuning in now, welcome. Welcome everyone who's come. Thank you. Thank you for being here. If you have a glass of water, wonderful. If you can just focus on your body temple if you don't. So I just wanted, recently I received this transmission. I was lying in bed one morning and I received this transmission, and the healing, I do whale healing sessions, whale and dolphin healing sessions and channelings, and they're really beautiful, and we do a lot of water blessings with those sessions. And when I'm in these water blessings, sometimes it's like I'm scrying, like the whales and dolphins are right on the other side of the veil. And one morning, just as I was waking, I got this transmission, and the whales were just saying the importance of these water blessings and heart coherence and living in our hearts. And they showed me, and I'll do my best to translate all. It's been an epic. There's epic energy to come through me. So I hope I'll be a beautiful channel for energy, clearly transmitted. It's almost a quantum molecule is crystallized. Like we live in more frequency, and constantly are using the frequency vibration and resonating higher and higher frequency vibrations. It crystallizes the water molecules, and the whales and dolphins are the librarians. Molecular librarian, and they can read the information in the molecules, and they're crystallized, and they have access, and all they're embodiments of our Akash, our soul's record throughout time, and they access our records also through the water. And what they were explaining to me is that as we live in our hearts, as we become more coherent and are living these high frequencies, the crystallization of the water, it's like it gets quantum. It gets like this fifth dimensional, magical, crystalline. It's like a snowflake, but 5D or beyond, magical and quantum, like. And they can read more, and as they read more, it's like and we have all this technology within us, and they're also they're holding all this so that we can it's like Yeshua said that you'll do all this and more. Like the whales are holding these frequencies, but they're inviting us to hold and know and become this technology as well for ourselves. But that so more can be accessed, more of our ancient future selves in all ways, so that we have access to more solution energy and miracle energy and records that might be really relevant, that the mastery that our souls have been through. And so every blessing, and no matter which way you do it, like in any time that you are embodying heart coherence and mind-body coherence, you're creating this quantum crystalline water molecule, almost like a beautiful high vibrational snowflake, and more can be read, and more can be garnered, more gifts can be brought in, and that's what's happening. And each one of us that they just wanted us to have that awareness, that maybe it's just a second, and you're like, oh wow, this glass of water, and it's all these little crystals in there, and it has information, and the more beauty you bring to that, the more love, the more of your divine love and heart energy you bring to your moments. We're creating, we're changing, we're altering the fabric of reality, and also what can be utilized from the water molecule, the quantum water molecule itself. So that was the main message that was given to me. And then, so as I said, we're going to go in now very shortly into a water blessing, and it's also a wisdom teaching as well, because the whales work on really core essence, the heart essence, our true nature, and they work from inside out. And so just so you know, as we move into this, it's a 3-part transmission, and it's multidimensional, it's quantum, and there's different levels that you can continue to access, and that are core essence levels. So what they showed me for this water blessing is a triangle, like a pyramid. So I should just looked at myself, and that's not quite a pyramid shape. Yeah. So a triangle, and we're working with 3 energies, and these are core essence energies for ourselves as well. And so the first energy that we're going to be working with, although there's no particular order, is, stardust. So we're made of stardust. And so that light essence of our being, that magical essence of our being. So when we go into this water blessing that we're shortly going to do, I'd like you to remember that in the back of your mind. We're going into a beautiful, magical space, and we're just absorb the magical frequencies there, and we're gonna radiate those frequencies and bless our water from this very high vibrational state. But what they wanted you to know most about stardust is that God is our imaginations. Our imaginations are infinite. They're vast. They're expansive. We can align when we open our hearts to the eternal ocean of infinite potential and possibility. Every frequency is out there. Every frequency exploration. There's no judgment. There's no good. There's no bad. It's infinite and vast. And so what we're doing, and when you open to that, you're resonating those frequencies, and your body doesn't know the difference, and the water molecules don't know the difference. So it's an invitation into really living in more love, more light, more higher frequency vibrations, and just knowing that that stardust within you, the matter that you're made of, is actually magical, and that you can impart that to the water, to your lives. And that's mainly what they wanted you to know about stardust. And the next part we're moving into will be, it's called Om Love. And they gave me a very short series. It goes, ooh, ah, ah. And so we'll be working with that later. But the Om Love is also our divine love. That's who we are. That's the glue of the universe. It creates coherence with everything. We're connected to everything through this one heart, this divine love, and it's our essence. It's part of our true nature. And so we're going to be going into that frequency vibration. And let me just see. And yeah, I'll explain that more later, but just so you have that in your mind, we're going into Om Love. And then the third part of this transmission is the water element. So, we're composed of a lot of, elements: earth, air, water, fire, spirit. But the water element is the one they really want us to connect with, because our planet and our bodies are mainly water. And water is one of the few elements that has so many states of being. It moves through all of them. And since we're doing a water blessing as well, but like just the idea that you're made of water, and that you are that ocean, that eternal ocean. And the more that we can come into our hearts and open to that eternal ocean, dissolving everything else, and just being infused with all there is, and deciding from our hearts what frequency vibration resonates most with us, and then you're aligned with it. It's not separate from you. You're resonating it, and you're one with it. And when you create from the heart, and when you live in the heart, you have access to all of that. And they're going to, in that part, just share with us becoming that eternal ocean, so that you can be infused regularly with all the updates, all that's available to you. Because when we're focused on one particular thing, like we get little particles. We're particles and waves. That's what the quantum field is. And so when you're focused on one particular aspect, let's say a worry or a fear, or things that are going on in your life, it's all these particles. Like, you become this like chunky, your crystal, that beautiful snowflake magical quantum crystal, becomes a little bit distorted because these particles are making you like a chunky soup crystal. And so the more regularly that we tune into our hearts and kind of open to the eternal ocean of all potential and possibilities, and just really allowing ourselves to unfold into that, to open into that, we become infused with the magic of life. And all those particles they show in the quantum physics, they go back to being the wave, and it's like you become newly inspired. You have the new technology, the new energy, the new everything. You get to be a very conscious creator, and so that'll be the third element of the transmission today. So I hope you're excited about this. I am. If you'd like to just grab your glass of water, we'll move in, and you can just hold the water to your heart, and we'll move through these different transmissions, okay? So invite you to just go into your heart space, have your glass of water, and if you don't have the glass of water, just focus, on all the water molecules in your body. Just going into your heart space, gently closing your eyes. And the whales and dolphins want to take us to that frequency state that they'd like you to just imagine that your feet are placed in this beautiful meadow, and there's all these natural springs around, and it's so beautiful, with vibrant green grass and wildflowers and evergreens, and the beautiful trees and forests are around you. And you look up, and there's a beautiful, pristine, snow-covered mountain. And the water is just coming down off this mountain as well, and these beautiful rivers and streams. And you're in this magical meadow. Your feet are in this magical meadow. And you can see this beautiful water. And it's very vibrant. It's very pure and healthy. And this is just a very special place, very magical. And there's butterflies around you and beautiful wildflowers. And you can hear songbirds, and they're going and they're singing their songs through the air. And your spirit just relaxes and your heart opens. And you allow all this magical wonder and awe in. And there's even deer. And they're grazing on this beautiful, vibrant green. There's all kinds of hues of green. And in this special place, the colors, they're beyond the colors that we normally see here. They're all different kinds of hues, more hues than we have in this reality. And the whales and dolphins want you to know that you can feel their energy, but you don't necessarily see them. It's like they're holding the sacred space of this place. And the dolphins are there as well, but it's like they're accompanying the birds in the sky and weaving these beautiful rainbow hued colors and the frequency of this high vibrational place. And it's almost like you could see fairies here, and you almost can sense the guardians of this land. And you are in just deep reverence. And the sky is so blue. It's the bluest sky that you've ever seen. And there's bulbous white clouds. And the sun is shining through. And it hits your skin and it hits the water. And you can hear the water. And it sounds so beautiful, gurgling and bubbling down this brook. This mountain garden brook. And I'd like you to just now imagine that as you go deeper into this magical land, you see this waterfall. The deer have guided you there. And this waterfall rushes through you, and it touches, and it plays, and it tingles, and it tickles every cell of your body with this magical wonder, And you open and allow this to happen into this glass of water that you hold by your heart. And this magical land infuses you and the water that you hold in your glass. And just allow this to happen. Feel the magic as it moves through every cell of your body. And now the whales are gently calling you back to your heart, and they are asking you to bring this magical land with you in your heart, to bring it with you as you come into your heart and take a breath. And expand with that exhale fully, letting go of everything and opening to that eternal ocean. And now we're moving into this transmission of Om love. And the whales and dolphins would like you to imagine. And remember, your imagination is God. It opens all doorways to all frequencies. Whatever you can imagine, you become. You resonate those frequencies. And that's what you're doing now. And so the whales and dolphins would like you to imagine that they're on the other side of this glass of water, of these water molecules, of a water molecule. They're listening. They want you to know that they are deeply listening right now. And it's almost like we're scrying with the water. They're just on the other side of the veil. You to know that they've called their friends. So on the other side of this veil, there's the Earth Star Mother, Mother Gaia. And just feel her energy. She's coming in. And the mer beings, they're coming in. And the Ocean Mother, she's coming in. And all the beings that live in the underwater world are tuning in. And this quantum event, this divine activity of light. And as we move in, we're going to sing to our water, and they're going to listen to us sing. And there's a prophecy. There's a prophecy that says that one day we will sing the right frequencies and vibrations that unlock these beautiful hidden gifts and treasures that the whales and dolphins have held for us through time. And they're just waiting for that chorus, that frequency vibration, that living, that they know are living in our hearts, and accessing these high heart frequencies and singing them, and that creates this wave of coherency around the planet, which brings us even more gifts and blessings for all of our hearts and the one heart. And there's one other thing that the whales and dolphins want you to know as we go into this transmission. The whales, the humpback whales, the male humpbacks, they sing and they pitch themselves in the direction of the earth and the heart of Mother Gaia when they sing. And you know, they sing and they don't release any air. So it's all internalized. They can sometimes sing that way for 15 minutes. And the invitation is that we also begin to consciously choose frequency and resonate it out to the heart of Mother Gaia, to the world, to the stardust that we are, the light and the magic that we are. And so just imagining that internal frequency and vibration. And they're asking us today to tune in to and consciously generate within us that Om love, that divine love, and to sing it to them. So the sounds that the whales gave me for today, and we'll just sing for a minute, but it's ooh, ah, eh, ah. And we'll just sing. So sing to this water, and know that all the beings are listening. All those beings we mentioned are listening in their hearts deeply to our transmission. So ready? Ooh, ah, eh, ah, ooh, ah, eh, ah. Ooh, ah, eh, ah, ooh, ah, eh, ah. Ooh, ah, eh, ah, ooh, ah, eh, ah, ooh, ah, eh, ah. 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 Just taking a few moments to feel that energy. Feel the divine love moving through you. Feel the hearts of the beings we've touched in this quantum blessing. And I just pictured that there's just huge celebration and applause, and the dolphins are going, ooh ah, eh ah, ooh ah, eh ah, ooh ah, eh ah, and with hearts of gratitude for us and for what we've created here, and the last part of the transmission is we're gently moving in to the water element, and the recognition that we are that eternal ocean. And so just breathing into your heart and exhaling out and just returning to that vastness, just opening in all directions to the infinite space that you are. When you're in your heart center, you're in 0 point. All is available to you, everything. And in a moment and in a breath, the whales and dolphins want us to know that we can just move back in to that center point, that heart space, and just take a breath and open, exhaling out and opening to that eternal ocean where there is solution energy, where there's miracle energy, where all possibility, all potentials are present, all frequencies. And you can just see from there where your heart really truly resonates, where you're drawn to, what frequencies are you drawn. So the whales and dolphins have talked to me how important that practice is, returning as often as we can to our heart centers and just allowing that ocean to inform us, and with all that is most relevant for our heart and our true nature, and the new visioning of our souls at each moment, from moment to moment to moment. And the whales and dolphins just wanted you to know to just take that breath in like a wave, and then just feel it like you go back to the ocean. And then you can consciously choose frequency from there. So now they're welcoming us to just do that with one breath, and just knowing that we're allowing that opportunity to, we're dissolving, all those particles that I spoke of earlier that collect in our field and distort the water molecule, the crystals in the water molecule, so that they're not as, coherent, they're not as read as easily. So the more that we come into this center and go into the eternal ocean of who we really are, that it clears and restores and revitalizes all the crystals of all the water molecules in our whole body temple and being. So just right now, bringing your awareness to the water and our glasses and our bodies throughout Mother Gaia, throughout creation, and just with all of that energy, just breathing into our hearts like a giant wave coming in, and then exhaling out and letting go into the ocean, just dissolving everything so that we're just a clear vehicle for the universe to speak to us in infinite ways. And with that, enjoy your blessed water. Drink plentifully of this beautiful golden elixir. So good. So good. And the last, the whales and dolphins, there's a last little part about that they wanted to share with you, and as I do, I'd like to put on some whale song, if I can. Let me see where that is. From Migaloo, one of the first white whales to come into our planet in this generation, humpback white whales. And you know, the white whales come in when a planet is ready to ascend. They come to assist in the ascension process, and there's huge amounts of white whales coming into our planet, and they are living embodiments of a greater peace, and they invite us into claiming a greater peace for ourselves, and to they also accelerate you know, energies. Their merkabic fields are high vibratory accelerated spins, and they invite us into that acceleration as well. The last bit that I wanted to share with you, since we're speaking of water crystallization and water blessings, and the whales as, you know, wonderful guardians and keepers of the waters, and you know, and for Mother Gaia and for ourselves, is a wonderful, brilliant scientist, brilliant light being and man, Dr. Todd Oviakis. I'm hoping I'm saying his name correctly. I was listening to one of his talks, and it was called, I believe, Singing the Song of Your Cells, and he mentioned working with the late Dr. Emoto in Tokyo, in Japan, and he had gone there to see. He had some different frequencies and vibrations, sound vibrations, and they were experimenting with them. And Dr. Emoto had challenged him. He had this severely polluted Tokyo water, and I mean, they were having trouble even getting a couple crystals in this water. Crystallization, it was just, you know, a toxic soup. And so Dr. Todd began bringing some of his frequencies and sounds, and they were getting, you know, crystallization, and you know, they were starting to get different geometric shapes and patterns. But when they introduced whale song, it was the only frequency vibration to so thoroughly crystallize these water molecules that they were just astounded. And it's just a nice scientific validation to what another gift, you know, one of a myriad of gifts that the whales and dolphins bring to our planet. They heal and clear the actual water molecules and create these beautiful crystals, and they read them, and those records, they read those frequencies, and then they remind us of our true selves. They remind us of who we are, and they say, oh, we're going to be their role models, we'll be their living embodiments, and they show us the way to live in harmony and balance and oneness with all of life, bringing unique gifts and our own unique divine medicines, but showing up and living in our hearts. So I thought that, you know, that's just really amazing, and it's not only amazing, it's just another way that when you play whale song, that your body is also crystallizing and clearing and healing as well, all the water molecules within you. And, you know, whale song scientists are also discovering that it's not just through the water, it goes through the air as well. And so just playing whale song, sometimes when I leave, I'll put it on for my animals. I'll just, you know, listening, just knowing that that's another form of healing. Just the actual listening to whale song has a profound and powerful effect on all, you know, on our body temples. So with that, I will gently close, and this is beautiful Migaloo, and enjoy the water. Thank you. Just a huge heart of gratitude. I want you to know that this is a divine activity of light, and we have generated and created an influx of light and love, and all our and connected with divine temples and the crystalline grid all around the globe. And this is a quantum event, so anytime you're tuning in, it's happening. It just continues to unfold and to blossom and to open, you know, that beautiful water molecule to more and more of our full potential. And so thank you. And know that the whales and dolphins, everyone's like just sending this beautiful light into this space. We're in sacred circle, and we brought a great light and love to the planet, and that's an honor and a gift, and it's appreciated. So thank you. And just want to thank to all the beings who assisted us and supported us in this beautiful transmission, especially the great whales and dolphins, and the Earth Star Mother and Cosmic Heart Light, and each of your beautiful hearts and souls. And yeah, so if you know anyone that might like this, please share it with them. Like my page, I'm going to show up to these Facebook Lives delivering cetacean wisdom and transmissions as much as I can. So make sure you like Cetacean Energetics with Megan Homan, and there's a little notification button. Make sure it's turned on if you want to get made aware of when these Facebook Lives are happening. And let me know. Like I haven't read the comments, but I'm going to go back through. Let me know how that transmission was for you, anything that unfolds from it, anything that you would like perhaps, me to, we could dive in, plunge in different ways. If there's anything that you'd like me to explore, let me know. Let me know how this blessing was for you. And I think that is about it. And if you'd like a personal session too with the great whales and dolphins, go to my website. I offer cetacean energetic sessions that are really powerful, very transformative. I mean, I just love it, and I love doing it. I love giving them. I love facilitating and just being in the presence of that cetacean blue mind that just uplifts and empowers and positively impacts all our lives in great ways. So with that, I just want to say the divine light and love in me bows and celebrates the divine light and love in you. Thank you. Namaste.